Okay, today we're going to start to set up the devices into the Ableton Live. First of all, previous at the session, you need to bring it the capture in order to you can capture the audio or the MIDI format. Previously, I bring it my capture. This is an edit roll. I already download the drivers in the laptop. And basically for today, we're going to set up the capture in the Ableton, and then we're going to create some audios project, and with the MIDI as well. I create some chords and guitar chords and bass in order to get a demo here. First of all, when you're going to open the live, first of all, you need to recognize the live in the options settings and preference. You need to go there to the drivers type, which is in this case is ACO. You need to leave in that. And the audio device, in this case that I'm using, is the UA20. It's a edit roll. When you install driver before to go to the live, and the driver will be recognized automatically for the Ableton Live. In this case, I use to the UA20, and this is so far this is the you need to only do in this moment, because after that you can basically start to play and get a production. But before, you can check it out some settings. For example, the MIDI. You need to as well, when you to plug in the controller in your laptop, you need to set up the MIDI profiles and controls, inputs and output. So far I leave in this case because my controller automatically recognizes the settings. And another important setting that you need to be careful is the library. Basically, the location of your files, we can remove it or change it. So far, I have the change locations in my documents local drive, which is not going to change, but if you want to change it, you can do it in this area. And other important, which is you see the synchronize. No, synchronize is already show you. Okay, that's it. After that, you are ready to go to start to play with your Ableton, because you got the capture ready. I am plugging as well some buffers into the laptop in order to hear that we're going to do. It's very important that at this moment you have us here different tabs. This is the midi and audios. This is that you're going to set up, as well as here the library that you can load those files. Normally, you can load the MP3 or WAV files for the audios. For the MIDIs, normally you can go to the recording with your controller keyboard. For example, I already did some tabs in my previous meeting or previous class. For example, if you want to hear that you recorded, you need to put it in audio. And this is the bass area that I created before for this class, and this is audio as well. I use it in my local studio with my guitar and bass. As I mentioned, the instrument goes through to the capture I recorded before. This is the guitar solo. And as well, you can stop here, but you can some variations between you play. For example, you can modify the volume here. In this case, it's a loop process. I can stop the loop. It's not around and around. Okay, I'm going to stop it. Okay, for the MIDI. Let's see. Okay, for that, here you go. Here's the MIDI tab. I recorded as well with my keyboard a MIDI face. This is the part. Normally when you record it as well is choose a tab and play an in and select this button, which is record, and you can start the record the instrument. In this moment today, I'm not show you because I have not instrument. I already did before, but in the next class I'm going to bring my instrument or your instrument, and we can record some riff or whatever you want. For the drums, there you go. It's very important what is the BPM that you want to do it. This the speed of the sound of the drums, you can select it here. Right now it's at 148 BPM, which is this is the speed of the sound. I can change here, for example, 120, and obviously you can feel slow. Did you get it? This is the change. How did you change that speed? Okay. Now after you have the bass, the guitar, the drums, and the keyboards, you can select the different essence here. For example, I choose first the guitar, starting the guitar, and you can start play here. And then I mix the guitar with the bass and some drums. You want to stop any moment, press the space bar, so you can stop it and start again. Any questions so far? You just stand up the hand. Okay. So as I mentioned, when you created all your tags here, again, audio, MIDI, as well, you have the voice. Right now, it's not going to talk about how to record the audio. You have the wall elements to produce your sound or whatever. Right now, as I mentioned again, I created all my parts of the song. It's okay already to record it. Before, you can include other elements. For example, I have some other loops. Let me bring here. Other loops. For example, here, this is a drums loops. I can move from here and put in the audio. There you go. If I don't want it to use it, I can just only delete it, and voila. So if I are ready to go, I can first of all test how I'm going to finish the record. But before the record, I can start the music. So far, how that's going on. Just to see what happened. What elements. Check the master audio here. If it's getting red, it's because it's getting louder. So you can down here to avoid all noises. This time so far is okay. Sound completely finish it. Now the next step is a record that in a different format. Normally the Ableton record the songs or the audios in WAV format. If you want to modify the MP3, that's okay. Normally, in order to get all the files, the bass and separate, you can store it in the different location. For example, if you go to I got the location here, recorded samples, recorded. Yeah, okay, you can find all the pieces of the song. For example, the bass. Okay, this is one part of the song. This is the other part of the song. Other part of the bass. Okay, this means that you can choose instrument by instrument and you can send the parts for other person. Finally, and then last but not least, to save obviously this song, you can go to the file, save like set, or save as if you want to change the name. In this moment, this is the tema 2, which is the name that I put it today. Basically, this is part of the very overall how you can set up your Ableton for capture the audio in MIDI, and how to record the instruments in set by set, and finally get a final format. This is part of the first class that we're going to start today, and tomorrow or the next days we're going to continue how can include effects to the different instruments. For example, the keyboards put it overloaded. For example, over here, I put chords to the bass. Let's get a quick example. Where's the bass? There we go. I can put chords. There you go. You can hear the chords effect. If I cut it, it's not chords. For example, if I put it overdrive. Okay, that's it for today, and thank you for your participation.